of Jesus, there is power in the name of Jesus.
Open your hearts to hope. The St. Finbar's RC Church presents the Jubilee production entitled Day and Night. Join us at the St. Dominic's Pastoral Center, Moncoko Road, Diego Martin, for 2 unforgettable evenings, Friday 28th and Saturday 29th November. Showtime 7:30 p.m. Directed by Jemma, choreographed by Dr. Carol LaChapelle. Musical direction by John Thomas, with special guest performance by Destra Garcia. Tickets are priced at $250 and can be purchased at the St. Finbar's Parish office and the St. Dominic's bookshop on Moncoko Road. Call 632-4126 or WhatsApp at 476-0960. Open your hearts to hope. See you there.
Happening on the 28th to the 29th of November, a Jubilee production entitled Day and Night is happening at the St. Dominic's Pastoral Center in Diego Martin, of course, at the St. Finbar's RC Parish. Joining us this morning in studio is the parish priest of St. Finbar's Parish, Father Urban Hudlin OP, and Jemma Allong-Redman, Artistic Director and writer of the Jubilee Project. Good morning to both of you and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. It is good to be here.
It's good to see you. It's good to have both of you with us in studio this morning. It's definitely an exciting production and inspirational as well, with so much meaning that no doubt we definitely need at this time. So before we get into all the details, because you know everybody's ready to come to this, Father, walk us through the inspiration for this production.
Well, this is a Jubilee year, 2025, and it is necessary for us to capture what is the essence of Jubilee, and that is to do with hope, mercy, forgiveness, healing. And we felt that it was important to highlight this, not just to read about it or hear people talking about it, but to actually stage this as a theatrical performance. So that's really behind it, because I think we all need it. The country needs it, the world needs it, to be able to start afresh and recognize that life is so much more than what we think it is.
100%. And you know, it's something that many of us, I mean, we've grown up with. You know, it's a global story that we all know and love, but one can only imagine what it's like really taking it and now putting it onto paper. Jemma, what was that experience like for you? And was there anything you drew on particularly?
Well, I want to first say how exciting it is that Father saw the opportunity to bring the theatre to the church, because I had always loved Pope John Paul's letter to the artists to make use of the liturgies and the sacraments and bring it to the parish, you know. And so in this play, I have the opportunity of bridging theatre and spirituality. So it's that kind of tapestry of the arts and spirituality to highlight the themes of hope, grace, mercy, reconciliation, and hope. And so I have a cadre of really, really top artists involved in the production. Dr. Carol LaChapelle, who's doing the choreography, Delton Frank, who's one of the well-known choreographers and dancers, John Thomas. I mean, when he opens his mouth and he sings Our Father, that alone is the ticket price. So he is our musical director. And we have a lot of wonderful intact people behind the scenes. The National Theatre Arts Company, like St. Aggie Bishop, Tonya Evans, Lil Bits, assistant stage manager, and just a wonderful, and the actor Cecilia Salazar is our lead actress, and you have Loris Lee Singh, who is head of Best Village, is one of the actresses. So we have a really top-notch involvement. So it's not just, I don't want people to think it's just a church play. It's professional play at church, at its best. So
definitely. I mean, something that you just mentioned there, the names that you've called, we all know them on the circuits as well, definitely bringing life to any script that is put in front of them. And something that's so exciting about this as well is that marriage of spirituality along with the theatre that we know and love. And we always hear in these experiences that when these productions come together, you really start to see God working. Have you had any of those experiences so far?
Every day since I started. It is really a journey, and I shared with Carol and the others, because because it is something new and now written and now scripted, it's new. And so it's like giving birth. So every day something informs me. Jemma, you need to add this, you need to change this, you need to edit that. So it's a process that hopefully the culmination of it will be something really, really worthwhile that I hope people can go away. And, you know, people go to church and we do prayer groups and all of that. But I think bringing the word to life, bringing what is hope, what is mercy, what is grace, bringing these things in a different way from a everyday life experience, I think will speak to the audiences, which I hope.
100%. We know it's something that, I mean, once God is in charge, anything is possible. And the incredible cast, yourself, Father Hudlin, and the community coming together is something already so close-knit, so we know it's going to expand.
Yes, of course. You see, to use the stage as the platform or use the stage as the pulpit is not new, in that one can display beauty, theatrical performance, or theatrical excellence as a means of evangelization. So in fact, what is happening is not new. This has been through the centuries, really, where the great performances that we have known have taken place, and they have been there throughout history. So what we're doing is not at all new. It is just really to refresh something that has always been there. The link between life's many varied journeys, and at the same time to link that to the gospel message of hope and peace. So really, I think that this is going to be a wonderful moment for us all, really. And I think it's really going to enliven our parish community and to think new things, new thoughts, and really Jubilee is also about new beginnings. Hopefully this too can be a start to a wonderful new beginning as well.
I'm looking forward to this new beginning. For those of you that are just joining us, we're speaking about a Jubilee theatrical production. It's entitled Day and Night, and it's happening from the 28th to the 29th of November right in Diego Martin. Okay, so Jemma, you shared with us you have an incredible cast on board. One can only imagine what the process has been like. I mean, you have God, you have all these talented people, you have a community coming together. Is there anything so far that stuck out to you in this experience of preparation and rehearsal that has given you that light bulb, that aha moment, we're on the right track?
Yes. Just in how the people have come together. You know, I started with one and then the other showed up, and then, you know, this one told that one, and who dropped out along the process and who replaced. It has been the hand of God knitting this together. I am just the instrument, and I'm happy to be serving in this capacity to bring the word alive through the parish. And so there's so many moments that people have even brought because of the rehearsal. The performers involved have actually started to testify to things going on in their life or what they went through before. And so people have been having a cathartic moment throughout the process, which again is not just only for the parishioners, but even the very people involved in the show are being lifted to another level. And they will say to me, Jemma, but what is grace? I mean, you can't see it, you can't feel it, you know, what is that? So it inspired me to take those questions and create a whole scene in the play where they're going to question these particular spiritual values, you know.
And that's something that's so important as well, because a simple question such as that, many times many of us, you know, will overlook with what is grace. And these are the things that people who are coming want to know, are trying to discern within their life, which is why it's so important to see these themes coming to life. Now, one of the things that you just mentioned, I would love to be able to squeeze this in because it's super important we talk about it. You said, you know, this is not just a church play, which is definitely something that we do see many will already have a preconceived notion of. But one of the things that not everybody knows is that there is a fantastic stage right there in the St. Finbar's,
I know,
St. Dominic's Pastoral
blessed
Centre.
to have that. And you know, and then I forgot, I have to mention Redman, who is a master drummer that every performer knows in the country. And he is coloring the play, you know, so that he has all these wonderful instruments, that the shack, the drum, the whatever. So we're able to highlight certain moments in the play using his gifts and talents. So that is also God, you know.
Of
so
course.
people I have met many years ago when I was doing the theater have come out of the woodwork, and then new people who I'm now meeting. So it's a wonderful marriage of the old and the young in the arts that I'm so happy to be part of.
Jemma, I feel like every time you talk, we get like a little snippets or a little surprise as what's to come. So you already shared you have a sensational cast, you have a sensational stage manager, you have a great venue.
And I have a great producer, because Father and his parish, you know, his staff, Pam and Teresa, they have been wonderful. So I could not do it without that support from Father and the parish.
Well, with that other gem that you dropped, we have to now go to Father. Father, is this your first time producing?
Oh my Lord! As a parish community,
Yeah.
yes.
And what experience been like?
Poor guy.
Well, it's an unveiling. It's an unveiling of things. You know, you discover things as you move along. Because this is new. This is new.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the learnings are incredible. And that's why I think that it is so important to recognize creativity.
Yes.
And how that can be used in a very magnificent way to transform lives. And that's why I feel so connected to it.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable in the role because I believe that we have to use new methods to be able to connect with people. And maybe some of the traditional methods have not actually done what they can, or maybe they've run their course, and we have to be able to look at new and much more creative ways to do it. So that's why I see the role as critical for this time that we're in.
Yeah.
So I feel very comfortable, even with the unveiling gradually, the peeling of the onion actually. But I think, okay, that's part of the process, really.
Yeah, it really is part of the process. Okay, so
But it's
now...
very hard work.
Yeah,
you
that
know.
is it, exactly.
As Ruckus will know, people don't know behind the scenes, but there's so much that every detail has to be looked at and put together and tightened and all of that. And then there are times, I mean, life goes on, but sometimes people can't show up because they have things going on in their personal lives, but you have to still keep plugging on to get to that finish line, you know?
Definitely.
With the grace of God.
With the grace of God. So as you mentioned that, a lot of hard work has gone into it. You have an excellent team. You don't want to miss what's coming out on the 28th and 29th. What is the contribution and where can we get tickets for this event, Jemma?
Sure, well, it's $250 and it's at the parish office at St. Finbar's. And I believe you have the telephone numbers there.
Yes, for those of you who are interested, you can call 632-4126 and you can also call 476-0960 for more information. It's
Could
happening...
you repeat it? Because
Sure.
sometimes
632-4126, 476-0960. Those are the numbers that you can call. Of course, you can just go to
and
the
it's
parish
only two
office.
nights, so they better hurry quickly.
Only 2 nights, the 28th and the 29th of November. One of the things that you would have mentioned, Jemma, of course, is an incredible cast, an incredible team behind it all. We've also heard about drumming, we've heard about John Thomas singing. Can you perhaps give us just maybe a little peek of what we can expect on the night, the sort of performance we're looking forward to?
Well, the show is not the usual theatrical piece with characters and action. It is based on reflections.
Yeah.
So the actors have to pull deep to bring out these reflections and make them relevant to the audiences. And that is weaved together with the music and the dance.
Yeah.
And so the opening of the play is a recreation of the Vatican when the Pope had to open the holy doors for, as Father said, for people to enter for renewal and reconciliation. So we have that opening being recreated of the opening of the holy doors. And it's so... I just so don't want to give away too much.
Of course.
Because I think people need to come and see. It's an experience that I think is worth coming to see.
100%. And before we close our conversation this morning, Father, any closing comments or inspiration for Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, at this time, one of the things that I'm reflecting on deeply is peace. What I'm reflecting on deeply is this idea of renewal.
Yeah.
And what's required now. I think, without any doubt, the whole question of human respect and human regard has to be center stage. And we see the decline, we see the chaos. But I think there's something about Derek Walcott when he said that in this amazing lands we are able to walk side by side, and in the midst of all the chaos, even near our shores, that people continue to plant, they continue to pray, they continue to believe. And I think that's what's required now. Despite all that's going on, we continue to plant, continue to pray and believe. And come to the show as well, day and night.
And that's why I was so happy when Father asked me, because of the very thing he's saying, that so much is going on in the world, that to be able to contribute to bringing some light in the darkness.
Of course, something that is so important. And if you're ready to get some light into your life, make sure that you go to the St. Dominic's Pastoral Centre on the 28th and the 29th of November for a Jubilee production entitled Day and Night.
7:30.
7:30 p.m. This is the Now Morning Show. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this break.